Good morning, everybody, and this is your Forex day trade setups for today. So starting off with Euro USD as we usually do, and we've had a pretty solid breakthrough. We've got a couple of levels here. I think that's probably the area you need to pay attention to is 111,387, but do pay attention to this area here where you can see this previous swing low here. So anything in between these two levels is kind of what you're looking for. Just above the 155 EMA, trend is still down. Look at the oscillators at the moment. We are grouping to the upside, so it does look like a bit of a flag forming when we drill down to the lower time frames. And you can see there's our flag right there. So for me, not really interested in being long at the moment. Definitely will look at it if we pull back. But at this stage, it looks like it could be a flag break, but then you want to see a flag break retest, and then you want to watch out for a potential channel forming. So trend is up, oscillators have crossed over on the 1 hour. So ideally what we're looking for is a break of the wedge retest, and then you're looking for a move, pretty much the wedge target, which is, there's two areas you need to pay attention to, which is in this zone here. So anything back to 111,064, I'd be looking for opportunities to buy, possibly as low as 110,730. And those are the key levels you need to pay attention to. For today, if we find support at 111,387, then I would expect that this is just going to turn into a bigger channel, and we'll have another move to the top end of the channel. So a little bit overbought for me at the moment to actually jump in long. Bear in mind we've got non-farm payrolls tomorrow, first Friday of the month, so we could just be hovering around until we see what data comes out there. So this one at the moment is pretty much sit on hands at the moment. Don't want to go against the trend. US dollar, Japanese yen. We've had a strong move up. We've had a very good pullback. Look at the oscillators here, starting to ease off quite nicely and getting into an area where we need to pay attention to it. So remember, trend is up on the higher time frames. Moving down to the 1 hour, you can see the whole of yesterday was pretty much spent around the 155. Big question we need to ask ourselves is this a retest of the 155? We've left a gap here. We've still got this downward trend line, so you need to pay attention to that. Now again, question we need to ask ourselves is that a break of that trend line? So for me, this is the area that's going to validate it, 122,410. I need to see a break above it. I need to see a retest of that area. That would get me long on this pair. Same scenario as Euro USD. We've got data coming out tomorrow and today actually. So we just need to wait and see what that data is. I have a feeling once data is out, we're going to pick a direction. It's either going to be a continuation of dollar strength, or we're going to have a bit of dollar weakness come in. So that's kind of what you need to wait for. I think we're really just waiting for economic data now. Moving on to British pound, Japanese yen. So yesterday we highlighted this area here of 163.22, where it looked like a pretty decent area to watch. We have had a breakthrough of that. It does look like we've broken a trend line as well. So for me, this is the next level still, which is 157,891, which would get me buying again. At the moment, you look at the oscillators, it looks like we may have another leg down. But if you start looking at the hour, you'll see it's been a decent break. We saw that retest yesterday morning, and then we came back up. We kind of missed this level completely. You can see we tried to bounce off it there. That fell back above it, back below it, back above it, back below it. So this is still the key area for me if you're looking for shorts. So I want to see a break below 163.22, a retest of that. You've got to stop above the high of yesterday, and then you have the potential for a move to the downside. So there could be a little wedge here as well. Could be a wedge break there. At the moment you can see it's kind of looking like a double top. So the other scenario, if you want to be really cautious, which is always a good thing, is wait for a break and retest of 159.933. If we break below that and retest, that sort of gives us a new lower low, and also validate a double top here. There's the top double top there, and then that will give you an opportunity to target the previous lows over here, and the bigger picture there is that validates a, well, doesn't validate, but it sets up for a bigger head and shoulders. So that's kind of the one scenario. If we do start breaking, let's just use this level, we do start breaking above the high of yesterday, or not quite the high, the swing high of yesterday, then you're basically looking for a continuation to the upside, more than likely equal to that, so something like that. Okay, so just be cautious, because your stops are going to need to be really tight. This could be potentially starting a range at the moment. Moving across to Euro British Pound, and yesterday I gave you the target to the upside. That target has been hit. You can see we've hit the trend line at the moment. So again, looking for pullback onto structure for an opportunity to buy. And you can see yesterday we bounced around, came back into the structure, and then we had this massive engulfing bar for a move up to come and test the trend line. Now, I think on the 15-minute you would have probably seen a little bit more structure here. Again, sort of dropped below the bar, then started trying to test it, and then bounced up again. So, you know, ultimately it was a half decent entry where you preferred price to bounce off that area at 0.84592 and not below it. But you can see how the stops were triggered here on this bar, because everybody was looking for a short here with a stop above here. Stops got triggered, and then it just rallied from there. Okay, so at the moment, oscillators all grouped to the upside. You're looking for a pullback onto structure, and unfortunately, yeah, I would pay attention to this trend line, because it's quite a strong trend line. If you come to the hour, the 8 hour, and if you look, you can see how it's just started in October last year. So I don't expect us just to fly through that. I expect us to pull back, and this is the area I'm paying attention to, 0.84592. Pull back into this area. Alternatively, let's move that one. Look at this swing high here, which is 0.84792. So anything back in that area on the hour, sort of, you can see how we flirted with it. Anything back in that area, find some support, oscillators easing off, there's another opportunity to buy. Again, you'll be targeting the trend line until your second or third attempt through here for a move to the upside. Okay, so anyway, that's kind of my view at the moment on Forex. I think you do have data coming out today, quite a bit of data today and tomorrow, so you may find everything just sort of ranging about until we get the data out, and then we'll have another couple of weeks of direction. Hope that helps, and we'll catch up with you tomorrow morning. Cheers for now.